Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you to the Business Utility Subcommittee. Today is Tuesday, March the 14th, 2023. It's 12 p.m. I'd like to call this meeting to order. Mr. Clerk, can you take the roll, please?
Representative Alexander, Burkhart, Clemens, Freeman, Hale, Holsclaw, Johnson, Marsh, Thompson, Vaughn, Vital, Zachary, Chairman. You have a quorum.
Here. Thank you, Mr. Clerk. I appreciate that. Members, before we get started today, do we have any personal orders? Seeing none, we do have a few housekeeping items to go over. First thing, just a reminder that next Tuesday, which will be the 21st, will be our final calendar for Business Utility Subcommittee. If you have a bill that you want to be heard, it does need to be put on notice by tomorrow at noon. And oh, I'm sorry. Correction, you have till 3:30 tomorrow to get that bill on notice if you want it to be heard next week. We do have a few more housekeeping items. Item number one, that is House Bill 1137, has been rolled to a special calendar to be published with the final calendar. Item number three, that's House Bill 682, is rolled 1 week. Item number four, House Bill 1291, is rolled 1 week. Item number five, House Bill 753, has been rolled to the Hill. Item number six, House Bill 1526, has been taken off notice. Item number seven, House Bill 640, has been taken off notice. Item number nine, House Bill 919, is rolled 1 week. Item number 13, House Bill 1305, has been rolled 1 week. And item number 16, House Bill 1276, has been rolled 1 week. Members, I know it seems as if every bill has been rolled or taken off notice, but we do, in fact, still have some bills to be heard today. And first up is item number two that's House Bill 351 by Representative Hardaway. And it looks like he is not here, so we will keep going. That brings us to item number 8 by Representative Garrett. Is not here either. We will keep going. And item number 10, House Bill 881 by Representative Martin. Leader Johnson, are you here? Or Speaker Johnson? Let's go, members. We're going to move to item number 11, and that is House Bill 796 by Speaker Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And Mr. Chairman, I do not have an amendment.
Okay. That's no amendment. Members, do I have a motion and a second on Speaker's bill? We have a motion. We have a second. Speaker Johnson, you are recognized on your bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This bill, House Bill 796, deals with engineering license. And this bill came to me from a constituent, a longtime friend of mine, Marshall Bider from Clarksville. His dad, Denzel Bider, was the chief engineer for the city of Clarksville for 40 plus years. What this bill does, and I might add that Marshall Bider right now is an engineer with the Corps of Engineers at Fort Campbell. But he cannot get his engineering license in the state of Tennessee. And the reason he can't is because he did not graduate from an accredited university, graduated from Austin Peay in engineering. So what this bill does, Mr. Chairman, it just says if you have graduated from an unaccredited school and have gone through all the other, you've got 12 years experience, you've had a reference from 3 engineers who are currently registered in the state, and that you passed the necessary engineering, like the PE examination and the FE examinations, that you could get licensed in the state of Tennessee. That's what the bill does, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, member, or thank you, Speaker Johnson, for that explanation. Members, it looks like we do have some questions. First up, I have Chairman Bond. You are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My great affinity for our Deputy Speaker and my close friend from Clarksville. Last year, we had one of the few changes to engineering licensure paths that has been we've seen in the last 50 years. The reason I know that's because the rules are still the same rules whenever I went through and got my license as well. And it does require an ABET accredited engineering school. But that's not why I'm speaking. I have my very strong feelings about this bill, but I do know that last time when we did have those changes, they came through the Board of Engineering Examiners. And so what I would propose that I'd like to see them vet this as well, just the same way they did last time. So if the committee is in agreement, I'd like to move this one to a summer study.
That's a proper motion. We have a second without objection. House Bill 796 is going to summer study.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Next up is, actually, we're going to go out of order. We've had a few folks show up here. Did I?
Hardaway's in criminal sub. I let him know his bill was called. Okay. So he said,
Representative Garrett, you are recognized. That's item number 8, members. That's House Bill 1182. We have a motion. We have a second. Representative Garrett, you are recognized, and it does look like you have an amendment.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Thank you very much. Amendment coded 5062.
That is what I'm showing, too. We have a motion on the amendment. We have a second. Sponsor, does that amendment make the bill, or is it just, okay?
Yes,
so
Mr.
let's go
Chairman,
ahead and
sure
get that
does.
on there. Members, we're voting to put Amendment 5062 on House Bill 1182. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. The ayes have it. Sponsor, we are back on your bill as amended. You are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. House Bill 1182 as amended is a protection for folks' title. We've got some bad actors out there that claim that they are a real estate agency, and what they'll do for consumers is enter into a listing agreement. And in that listing agreement itself has what has been referred to as an attachment called a memorandum of understanding. And what that actually does is create a lien for that memorandum of understanding. And that memorandum, Mr. Chairman and committee, will be recorded and act as a lien against folks' property for a referenced listing agreement. And this listing agreement is forever. And so an elderly person could pass away and not realize that this listing agreement, even though there was no action taken on the listing agreement, there was no actual listing of the property, it creates a lien when the heirs sells that property, and the real estate agent gets a commission off that. So what this does, it's very limited. We've worked with all parties to make sure we don't have a situation that arises where someone enters into one of these agreements and it's actually recorded as a service agreement, where it can operate as a lien against someone's property. So it forbids that particular action from taking place. It actually creates a fine if you encumber someone's property in this manner. So we've worked with all parties, with real estate agents, to make sure we don't affect judgments, we don't affect anyone's real estate listing agreement. If it does extend for a period of time, you just can't record it and have a lien on someone's property forever. So that's what this legislation does as amended, Mr. Chairman. I'll be happy to take any questions.
Thank you for that explanation. Sponsor, members, do we have any questions or any comments on the bill? I will tell you, Representative, that I've had several people come talk to me about this. I had no idea this was going on. I'm glad you're carrying this, and I appreciate you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
That. So, members, we are voting to send House Bill 1182 as amended to full commerce. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. The ayes have it. Sir, your bill's on its way to
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
full commerce.
Appreciate your support.
All right, members, that brings us to item number 10. That's House Bill 881 by Representative Martin. You are recognized, Representative Martin. Motion. We have a motion. We have a second. Representative Martin, you recognized on your bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and committee. This legislation allows a one-time antique and unique auction at the 4th Annual Chattanooga Motor Car Festival between October 13th and the 15th of 2023. And anyone who sells more than 5 motor vehicles in 1 year is required to be licensed as a motor vehicle dealer through the Tennessee Department of Commerce and Insurance Motor Vehicle Commission. And this legislation exempts participants in the festival auction from needing licensure from the MVC The legislation was written in conjunction with the Tennessee Automotive Association, who is supportive of this annual one-time event. And the Motor Vehicle Commission also was involved in the initial drafting of this legislation. And there's no physical note of no significance. I'll be glad to take any question. Appreciate your support.
Members, you have heard the explanation. Are there any questions or any comments for the sponsor? If not, members, we're voting to send House Bill 881 to full commerce. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. The ayes have it. Sir, we'll see you next week in full commerce.
Thank you.
Members, that brings us to item number 12 on the calendar. That is House Bill 921 by Speaker Marsh. We have a motion. We have a second. Speaker Marsh, you are recognized, and I see 3 amendments here. Are they all 3 going on?
Mr. Chairman, only 2. The second one, 5552, rewrote the bill. And then I need to put in 5490 that made some technical changes and added something that I think makes it even better.
Okay, members, we're going to take up amendment number 2. That's drafting code 5552. Do I have a motion and a second on that amendment? We have a motion. We have a second. We're voting to put that amendment 5552 on House Bill 921. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. The ayes have it. All right, that amendment goes on, and then we're next taking up amendment number 3. That's drafting code 5490. Can I get a motion and a second? We have a motion. We have a second. We're voting to put amendment 5490 on House Bill 921. All in favor say aye. All opposed say no. The ayes have it. Okay, Speaker Marsh, we are back on your bill. It is amended, and you are recognized for explanation.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This bill updates the purchasing authority for managers of a municipal or county electric system or energy authority without board approval from $50,000 to $100,000. This helps utilities buy critical and time-sensitive equipment currently difficult to obtain because of inflation and supply chain issues. So what we're allowing is these electric municipal people and counties to buy to move up from 50 to 100,000 without board approval. With that, I'll answer any questions.
Members, you've heard that explanation. Do we have any questions for the sponsor? If not, members, we're voting to send House Bill 921 as amended to full commerce. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. The ayes have it. And, sir, House Bill 921 is moving to full commerce, and we will roll those 2 amendments into one amendment for full commerce. All right, members, that brings us to item number 14. That's House Bill 296 by Representative Freeman. We have a motion. We have a second. Representative Freeman, you are recognized.
Thank you very much. House Bill 296 is streamlining the electrical inspection process. Currently, to do a field inspection, you have to go through 12 months of training. We are horribly backed up across the state, and this would allow people to begin doing those inspections while they're going through the training under supervision. It actually brings it in line with what is currently allowed for building, plumbing, and mechanical inspectors. It just brings electrical inspectors in with them. And with that, I ask everyone's support.
Thank you, sponsor, for that explanation. Members, you've heard the explanation. Do we have any questions for the sponsor? If not, we are voting to send House Bill 296 to full commerce. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. The ayes have it. Sir, your bill's on its way to full commerce. See you there next week. And so, members, that brings us to item number 15. That is a bill that I'm carrying, so I'm going to hand this off to Chairman Vaughn.
Thank you, Chairman Boyd. You're recognized on House Bill 947.
Motion. We have a motion and a second. Sir, if you'd like to explain the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I do have an amendment, drafting code 5317.
That's the second one we've got. That's the one we need, so. Motion. Got a motion and a second. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring House Amendment, the one 5317, on to House Bill 947. We've had a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, no. Hearing none. The amendment is attached. Chairman Boyd.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The committee, just to give you a kind of an update, if you weren't on the Commerce Committee or Business and Utilities last year, but Chairman Vaughn and the committee heard from almost all different utilities that fed into the state of Tennessee, from investor-owned to public utilities and the Tennessee Public Utility Commission and the Comptroller's Office, and from everyone. One of the things that we noticed last year when the Comptroller's Office gave their presentation was that there were two different boards, the Utility Management Review Board, or the UMRB, and then the Water and Wastewater Financing Board, the WWFB, and they had very similar, almost identical type of roles that they played. And so one of the questions that we asked of the comptroller was, why couldn't those two boards be merged into one? And in doing so, it would reduce redundancies and standardize how public utilities are regulated, whether they be municipal, public utility districts, or water authorities. And they thought that was a pretty good idea, too. So they worked on that over the summer, and what they have done is merge those two boards together into what will furthermore be called the Tennessee Board of Utility Regulation, or TBOR. And so this piece of legislation simply merges those two boards. Each of those boards had 9 board members. So what we've got now is one board of 11. And I can go into more detail, but that's essentially what the bill does. Mr. Chairman, I'll take any questions.
Thank you, sir. Anybody questions for Chairman Boyd on this bill? All righty then. Great explanation, Chairman. If there's no objection, we're going to vote on House Bill 1276 as amended. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed, no. Hearing none. 1276 heads to full commerce. Oh, excuse me, I'm on the wrong bill. Need to reconsider my actions. House Bill 947 is headed to commerce. There we go.
Members, we are going to take a 2-minute recess while we try to find the last two sponsors of bills that want their bills heard today. So we'll see you guys in 2 minutes. Members, we are back in session. Item number 2, House Bill 351 is off notice. And item number 5, House Bill 753 is rolled 1 week. Members, that concludes our business for the day. Without objection, this meeting is adjourned.